This is my third year in 4-H and my second courses, and I'm with the MN Outlaws of Drum County. Today I'll be talking to you about packing in the backcountry, and more specifically the equipment that you will use. I shall briefly go over the history of pack saddles and some of their terminology, their purpose, and how we use them. Welcome to my presentation, Tack. The sawbuck saddle made its debut in the time of Genghis Khan. It started out in the Middle East and spread worldwide. It was the first type of pack saddle ever used and helped greatly in the conquest of the West in America. The first Decker pack saddle was used during the mining boom of 1898 to 1900 by an Arapaho man by the name of McDaniels. It got its name from a group of brothers with the surname Decker who saw this idea and they copied it. They applied for a patent and changed the Arapaho blanket for the canvas half-breed, and their patent was denied, but they continued to sell, promote, and use their pack saddles. The modern Decker was perfected by Oliver P. Robinette, who made and sold his Sacker to the Decker brothers and the Forest Service until his death in 1945. Some differences between the sawbuck and crossbuck are pretty obvious, like the sawbuck has these wooden crossbucks and the Decker has the metal hoops. A sawbuck usually lacks the half-breed, the canvas half-breed that is used on the Decker, but in this case, the owners put one on it. Lastly, most sawbucks are double-rigged, which means that they have basically two cinches, and they can either use either the sawbuck type, which they are conjoined, or they can use two single types, whereas the Decker just uses one single type, which is stuck. Let's see. Some packers cite this as an advantage for the sawbuck as this stabilizes the load better and reduces friction among the pack animal. However, you can adjust and make a Decker with a double rig. However, some differences are not so clear, but are important to consider when deciding between the two. The Decker pack saddle is stronger than the crossbuck. This has mostly to do with that it is made of iron or a very, very strong metal, whereas the sawbuck is made out of wood. So if you are in an accident, or your horse is in an accident and rolls, the Decker will probably survive, sawbuck not. Another advantage of the Decker saddle is the rigging position. The rigging on a Decker allows you to move it so you can fit it to more horses, whereas on the sawbuck it's either screwed or in or, well, it's rigged in so you can't move it, and so it can be a problem if you use several different horses or mules. Let's see. The Decker pack saddles are better suited to heavier loads because of the half-breed with the boards. This helps keep the pack away from the animal and helps distribute the weight along the animal's back. Both saddles use breechings, although they differ in style. You can see this one. This one has about 3 straps that come down here like this, and this one should have. Okay, that one has 6, and this one has 6. Okay, so they changed out the breechings on this one. Usually, the sawbuck has 2 less than the Decker. But the purpose of the breeching is the same. The purpose of a breeching is to, as one might think, to help stabilize the load when you're going downhill, downhill. But it is just, even when you're just walking, stabilizing the load and keeping it from shifting its weight too much, as well as centering the load on the pack. Now, the purpose of a pack saddle is to have your animal carry your stuff instead of you. We do this by many ways, either using mantees or panniers. A mantee, mantie, or manta is a canvas tarp that we just cover things in like a package. They are usually very, very large, and you can touch with it. And we just tie them up, and we put them on top of the pack saddles or at the sides, and they usually carry either hay or wild animal carcasses, that sort of thing. And you might notice that they're spelled and pronounced mantie, mantee, and manta. They all refer to the exact same thing. The second item we use are panniers. Panniers are boxes or bags that we put on the sides of our pack saddles. And they will go on like this. And you can have 2 different types. You can have soft or hard, and these are usually shown in like boxes or bag types. Most common is the canvas type, which is very, very durable. It's not expensive, but it does stain kind of easily. A soft pack, this one moves with the horse's body, and so it makes it a lot easier for the horse. The next most common today are the polyplastics, which are also a very durable and cheaper type of pannier. However, because they are so boxy and everything, they are a bit of dead weight, which can drag your horse down. But a nice thing about them is most polyplastic panniers can double as a table and chairs. And when you're packing, you need every space you can get. Other popular choices are the new vinyl and cordura type, which can often be rigged onto normal saddles. And they're usually pretty easy to clean and pack, but depending on the quality of the one you get, they may or may not wear well with the elements. However, they often, as I said, can go onto normal saddles, and panniers that can go onto normal saddles are called stock saddle panniers. The other types that are a little less common are the iron cloth, which is used with an iron mesh, and these are very nice because they are extremely durable and they don't stain easily and they are pretty easy to clean. However, there can be some problems with them if you don't rig the panniers onto your saddle right, and if it touches the horse, they can create sores. And if there's a spot on it that's rusty and it gets into an open sore, that can, in extremely rare cases, lead to tetanus or something horrible like that. And the most uncommon, but an interesting one to use, is the aluminum ones. They're the most expensive, usually, but the thing about them is that they're the strongest, most durable panniers you can get, and the reason people get them is because most of them are bear-proof. And when you're up in the backcountry, you will meet bears. This pannier has all the benefits of a plastic one, except for that they don't normally change into tables and chairs. In conclusion, I have told you about the history of pack saddles, their differences, their purposes, and the many ways in which we use them. I would like to thank my resources, the first being Ellen Knapp, who taught me how to pack a saddle, Spirit Horse Ranch for allowing me to borrow a few of their pack saddles, which are coincidentally for sale. The Salvador is $250 and the Decker is $375. Outfitter Supply for history and differences on the saddles, and a lot of pictures of panniers. PackSaddleShop.com for cleaning panniers more thoroughly, know what the materials were and how they were used and that sort of thing. Backcountry Horseman for getting me interested in packing. And GeoCity Soho Studios 2905 for advice and terms. Thank you. This has been my presentation of Tack. I hope it was as an inspiring learning experience for you as it was for me. Any questions?
I have one.
Okay.
Is there any difference in the amount of weight that either one of these could carry, or is that more
Deckers,
specific?
well, it depends on the type you get and the quality, but Deckers, generally speaking, can carry more because they are built strongly and because the half is the rate better.
And the half breed is the wood?
The half breed is this canvas. Well, this one's a mesh one. Usually they're canvas. And the wood here. That's the half breed.
And that one has one also. So.
The people who had this one, they like it, and so they put it on their sawbuck. Normal sawbucks don't have them on them.
Okay.
Thank you very much.